HL8 or Harrison, 25. I'm most known for like my work in UK drill and a bit of American drill with like Chef G, Heady One, Digger D, Mizzle Mac.
My name's Harry Beech, normally my producer name. I'm 22 and mainly stuff I've done is stuff with D-Block, Digger D, Nave Smalls, RD, all them type of lot really.
My name is Kieran Nash, 23. I've worked with Digger D, Pot of Paper, Nave Smalls, RD, them type of guys.
It must have been like 2015 that I started picking it up. Like a few songs must have dropped that year that I thought were bangers and I'll just give it a try. So I think that was the time when Section Boys was like doing their run. All of that, like grime was kind of popping then, but it was like on its way out kind of thing. So I decided I had a computer, so download Fruity Loops, start making some grime beats, start making some trap stuff. Obviously they weren't good at this time, and then I started making drill beats and putting them on YouTube, and it kind of just took off from there a little bit. Back then, not many people were doing it, so because I was there early, I kind of cemented my place within like the drill scene, I guess.
Producing, I was studying engineering at college, and then one of my mates at college was like, I'm signing up to the music course, and literally like the last week of the year, and I was like, studying music, that's just a bit weird. Like, what is it? Like, got more information, ended up signing up, got in obviously, and then basically just started studying music, and then you just start practicing and everything like that. So that's where I met Harry. And then yeah, just went from there really.
I got into producing by basically my old sixth form. There was like this old Mac in the back room that had Logic, and I think one day I kind of just sat in there, was just on the Mac doing whatever, and then I clicked on it, and then from there I was like, oh, let me just record my friends, stuff like that, and then just kind of learn it through the years. I mean, I went to college with it. I think that's how I mainly got into it. I didn't start like young playing instruments or anything. It was a very like late stage sort of thing. I've only kind of been doing it for what, 4 or 5 years, so. Might have to bring the one shit up, you know, the one.
Drums, FL, anything else Logic. Recording anything melodic or instrumental, Logic, but drums is just quickly whip them up in FL, isn't it? Easy.
So Fruity Loops for beats, it's just what I started on. It was the first thing. I've tried like a bunch. I've tried maybe 5 different DAWs, but FL was just always the simplest. It just does everything you need it to do really. And Logic for recording, mixing.
So my favourite VST at the moment is East West. But I haven't used it in like a couple of weeks, but that's still my go-to. If I had to use one, I'd use that. And then Effect plugin, Effect Rack. I love that plugin. You can do basically anything with it. Manipulate sounds, however, with that one.
Favorite plugin. Let me have a quick look what I've got. Been using the Arturia bundle a lot. All like the vintage synths and stuff, like the Juno, Jupiter, Matrix and stuff. Been using them quite a lot, just as a whole.
Effects, definitely like the Sound Toys stuff, because there's just so endless possibilities in terms of like vocal effects, actual instrumental effects. Oh, I had one before I sat down, but I can't remember what instrument. I don't know really. They all just do different things. It depends what sound you're after. In terms of most used, probably Omnisphere, I guess. Actually, no, Serum. That's what I was gonna say. Serum's the one, because you can make anything in Serum.
Would it sound mad if you put it to 170?
There's one, to be fair, I feel like this is such like a basic one as well. I feel like, and you mentioned this name as well, Passion Fruit. I wish I produced that. I think a song like that just is timeless. I don't know though, but there's millions of answers to that. But that's one that stuck out to me first, so I guess that's my answer.
On like the smaller side, I'd say, you know, Miz or Mac, Return of the Mac. I think that beats so hard. That song is just sick in general, I think. If you go in like any size, any date, whenever, probably one of the, like Michael Jackson or something. Yeah, Beat It or Billie Jean, one of those. Crazy.
Blinding Lights. Most streamed song ever. Weekend goes in. I don't know, it's just a tune, isn't it? But obviously money-wise, yeah, Blinding Lights, definitely.
Got to be networking. I think networking and just consistency, like always just showing your face. I'm guilty of not networking enough. Like the last few years, I should have been networking more than I have been. But networking is just so important. If you're there like all the time, people are gonna you're gonna come across like reliable as well. And being reliable is a thing as well. If like don't be late. If someone shouts, say, oh, I need some beats for this person, just send it ASAP.
It's hard to say really. I mean, it depends what kind of level you're at and what genre you're in. Because obviously in the rap scene, if you're making good enough beats, you got YouTube, you could email them out. It's kind of just hunting. I think a good way in is management really. Sending management packs, A&Rs, but it's just whether you do your digging hard enough to find them people, innit? Otherwise you're just sending it into blank inboxes really.
I still think, because for me, I don't do it as much as I used to, but the loop making game's still good. So all the sample making stuff is very, very good to get placements, especially if you're from, I don't know, whatever, and you're trying to reach a certain country and their producers and stuff, everyone's just one DM away. I still think loop making is a good way to start, because that's how I started. And then all of a sudden, you never know who gets the samples. I mean, the payment and stuff might be a bit funny. I mean, I've had a couple of years of having to deal with a lot of bad business, but it's fine because it works itself out eventually. Yeah, my advice was, if you like making melodies, I know not everyone does, but if you like doing it, start by doing that. I think that's a really good way into the industry.
So yeah, now drill's on its way out. I think obviously it's always been bubbling there, but like trap wave, I think that will have like a big boom like end of this year, next year. I think EDM will get bigger as well. Outside of the rap thing, I think like garage, drum and bass, house. I think that will have a little resurgence as well.
Judging from what I know, a lot more UK rap. I think there's a lot of people doing the 50 Cent beats and stuff like that. I think trap and UK rap mainly. I think drill's kind of had its time, if I'm honest.
I agree kind of what Harry said, the rap stuff massive. I think you'll find a lot of like fusion stuff. I think you'll see like Ardy jumping on drum and bass. I think you'll get like Obviously you had the tunes in the past where it's like Digger on Garage, all that type of stuff, AJ on Garage. I think the fusion stuff that's what picks up, especially with the new track that's like the D-block tune and that. Obviously that's like a house tune, that's just some guy remixed it. I'm not really too sure on that, but I think people want to hear people on different things these days. Everyone's rich. I think everyone thinks that you get paid up front all the time, on time. At first, especially at first, you have to be patient. Best advice I could give is probably getting a manager, to be honest, to someone sort it for you. The biggest misconception is that obviously like everyone gets it. I'm sure a lot of people when they're at a decent level where they go out with their mates and they're like, you're round, surely, like all that type of stuff, you know what I mean? Like, because they just think you got peas. But especially starting out, you kind of gotta get your business done right. But luckily in the UK community is quite close knit in terms of everyone is signed or under certain groups. So if you work with one person under one group, you can kind of get that umbrella and they'll pay you more directly next time. And obviously just the higher up you get, the more inclined they are to pay you, really.
The money. I think the actual money to do with the whole thing, I think a lot of people from the outside would think, oh, you're doing music production, that's it, you're a guy, like you made it. But it's a very long grind, and I think everyone that would be watching this would experience that, do you know what I mean? So.
I guess studio sessions, isn't it? I guess for someone who's never been to a studio session, they probably think it's like a party. It can be, depends on the artist, but most of the time you're just sitting there scrolling through sounds and the artist is in the back just on the phone writing. Do you know what I mean? It's not always like a big like vibe and a good atmosphere. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it's just silence. So yeah.
That's half the last question, you know. I'm gonna bang. Oh. Hopefully that'll.
That's it.
So.